episode of Richie's Gaming Gadgets and Gizmos. Today we're going to look at this really cool 32-inch 1080p FHD, so full HD TV from TCL. This model is the 32Q3K. Yeah, I got it right. Got it right the first time. 32Q3K TV. So let's look at what comes in the box in addition to the TV. And let me just go through the general overview, the specs, and give you some examples of the viewing experience. Briefly talk about the built-in speakers in this thing, and go from there. So with no further ado, let's get right to it. So in addition to the TV and the stand, these three items also come with the TV. We have obviously the Let's Getting Started guide. What I like about this guide, in addition to the fact that it does come in a couple of other languages, is that it's very easy to read. The pictures are pretty clear, and they even show you how you can mount this on a wall, not just set your TV up, right? And what I love about this, it has a very detailed description of each of the buttons on the remote, what their functions are, and they even go as far as to show you how to install the batteries, right? Now, this does come with batteries, and I actually went ahead and installed them, but these are a couple of AAA batteries, and as you can see, they're TCL branded. So I've just decided to use these. Normally I don't use the batteries that come with these things. I just get a set of alkaline batteries like, Energizer or Duracell. But yeah, those look pretty good, so I might as well use them. So that's what comes in the box. Remote. This is the power cable, provides power to the TV, and your instruction manual. Now, as far as the wall mounting option is concerned, let me just turn this around for you to see. We do have a VESA mount here. So I believe this is the 4-inch VESA mount, 4x4 inch. And let me just confirm that. Yeah, 4x4 inch. 4 inches times, 4x4. 4x4 inch VESA mount. So in addition to having the TV wall mounted, you can use these legs that come with this. Now, what I'm going to do just for the demo, I already have them on, but I'll quickly take them off and then put them back on, and then you would see how easy it is to actually attach these feet. So what I'm going to do, I have this protective mat here, so I can put this TV flat on its face. Like that. Have the legs sticking over the side. And what you would do with a basic Phillips head screwdriver, there are 2 screws on each leg or foot. So that's all you need to install these. Actually, what I'll do, I'll just show you how to do one, and then obviously the other leg is the same thing, right? So this is what the leg looks like. It's all plastic, and if you look closely here, they have these holes. So on here, there's 2 protrusions. So you pretty much just line this up and put the 2 screws in. Now, one other thing to note is that there's no left or right leg. They're both identical. So you can put this on either side or that one on either side. It won't matter. So what I'm going to do to install it, we're going to line these holes up with this. And good thing is that it kind of locks into place, so it's kind of idiot-proof, right? And then you just simply put in your Phillips head screw and screw it in. Now, of course, this is a small, light TV, so put some pressure on the TV with your left hand while you're screwing, so the TV doesn't fly down the table here. And we just put in our 2 screws. Now, notice I'm using a regular screwdriver. I'm using my own power to turn the screws. I know we live in an age of power drills and power screwdriver sets. Now, because this is a plastic foot and it's a small, it's a small installation, I would recommend using a power screwdriver, because if you overturn screws on this, you can break the plastic. So this is all you need. So let me show you how to take the legs off. I'm going to just do this one as an example. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, and there are 2 screws that you just take out here. And it's that simple, right? So this is what the leg looks like. Now, there's no left or right leg. Like, you can use this leg on either the left or right side. Same thing with that one. so you won't make any mistake. It's kind of idiot proof. Now it's all plastic. This TV is pretty light. It weighs like, I don't know, 8-9 pounds. That's it. Not much. Definitely not 10 pounds, but just under that. And you know, these plastic legs are ideal. One other thing to note, they do have rubberized feet, so the TV, when it's standing on a table, especially with a smooth surface, you don't have to worry about it sliding off, right? So I took it off, but to put it back on, as you can see closely here, I have these holes. And on this TV, there are actually 2 protrusions. So you just literally just line this up with the protrusions, and that may be upside down. Let's try this way. Yeah, so it locks actually in place, so you know you have it right. So then we just install our screws now. Use our screwdriver, Phillips head. Now, I wouldn't recommend using a power screwdriver for this, or power, you know, those highly torquey electric screwdriver electric screwdrivers, because this is plastic. You don't want to turn too much and break this disassembly. So just use a regular screwdriver. Your hand should be enough to tighten the screws. Once that's done, oh, make sure, if I didn't mention it before, when you do something like this, have like a protective mat or like a cloth or something to protect the screen from being scratched. I have a nice mat here. And when you're done, we have our feet here, and we can simply, and that's our tabletop configuration right here, right? And that's what it looks like. So you can wall mount it with that 4x4 base mount in the back, the holes in the back, right? So when you do get a wall mount kit, make sure that it fits that 4x4 configuration. And if you don't want to do that, you want to have a table as a tabletop config, you can use the feet that come with it in the box, and then just have a Phillips screwdriver to install those feet. So looking at this TV from an aesthetics perspective, you know, it's a simple build, basic neutral color, black. The bezel at the bottom is a nice slim 1/2 inch. We have the TCL logo there, nice and simple. And along the other 3 sides, the bezel is ultra thin, as you can see here. It's very thin. And what I like about this TV, up on the upper right hand side there, they have this nice little badge here, right? And you have the QLED logo there, and it says entry level QLED. And along the top, the bezel is all slim along the 3 sides. So the 2 sides and the top, right? And then if you look at it from the side, you know, we have that little bulge in the back. It goes back about 3 inches from the front of the screen to the back. But other than that, you know, it's pretty flat. And here's the back of the TV. So here's the back of the TV. And that's the bulge I was telling you about. So obviously they have most of the electronics stored in there, right? And then the rest is just the screen itself as I pan out. But all in all, it's a very nice, simple build. And again, you know, not bad for the price. Now, one of the best features about this TV is the weight. With the stand, this thing weighs a mere 7 pounds. Without the stand, and we're talking about these 2 little plastic things, it's 6.9 pounds. I can literally lift this up with 2 fingers, or even 1 finger, right? This thing is very light. Now from a dimensions perspective, diagonally, you measure in at around 31.5 inches of actual screen. Yeah, 31.5 actual screen from corner to corner. 31.5 inches. On the top here we have approximately 28 inches long, and the screen height, not factoring in the feet, you're looking at about 16.5 inches. Now taking a closer look at the remote, it's a nice simple remote, nothing major to talk about. You know, there's nothing on the sides or the back. We have the sensor at the front, obviously. The battery compartment holds 2 AAA batteries. And when it comes to the actual layout of the buttons, we have our nice book here that shows everything. So like holding it side by side here, here of course we have our mute button, that's our power button. Let me just hold this closely so you can see. Actually, just do it right here. So here you have our mute button, that's your power button. This here is when you're looking for the different inputs. So if you want to select HDMI 1 or 2, or the coax input for your cable TV, you use this input button here. This button here, this is your quick settings button. And then this is your directional buttons, left, right, down, and up, in this nice circular configuration here. In the middle, we have our select button, or OK button, they call it. This backward arrow, that's the back button, obviously. This button that's shaped like a house, that's your home button. And then in the middle here, we have our search button, which is the magnifying glass. This gear here, that would be your settings button. And then this little TV with rabbit ears on it, that is your, looking at here, your live guide, which makes sense. So live TV, that's your live guide, you press that. This is your volume up and down keys. These are your channel change keys here, up and down. This button right here, that has the 1, 2, 3 on it, that's your virtual keyboard. You press that, you get access to your virtual keyboard on your television screen. The button right below that, that's your information button. And then these last 6 buttons are self-explanatory. If I hold it up closely, you'll see what I mean. They have the functions on them. So this gives you quick access to Netflix. This one is Apple TV. This one is the TCL TV Plus streaming service from TCL. That's your Amazon Prime Video. That needs no description. That's your YouTube button to get your YouTube channel, to YouTube page. And this is your Disney Plus streaming service. So if you look at the ports on the back of this TV, the very top here we have a USB port right here. And then right below that we have our LAN port. That's where you plug in your RJ45 type cable, and that will connect you to your local area network. Most of us don't really use this port because we have like Wi-Fi in the house, but if you had like a wired router and you wanted to connect to it via patch cable without having to have a Wi-Fi connection to the internet, you can connect it through that. This here, obviously, that is your antenna cable in port right here. And then right below that, we have right here, this is our optical output port. You connect that to your third-party surround sound system, right? So to keep that in mind. And then below that, we have 2 HDMI ports. So this top one is the HDMI port, and the one below it is the HDMI ARC port, right? So 2 HDMI ports. And then this port here, this yellow, that there would be your AV in adapter, right? So your AV input. And this one at the very bottom, same thing like this, but it's black, and that's output for connecting to wired headphones, right? So that's your audio output. And then here on the right side, that's where you connect your AC cable to provide power to the TV unit. So I've turned on the TV. I did the initial setup whereby I set up my local Wi-Fi connection and whatnot. And this is the home page. So, you know, this is powered by Google OS. And, you know, you have that tiled look. It's very intuitive. I'm just using the remote to navigate. So along the top here, right here, you have your Google account, and then you have content that's recommended for you. You have movies, shows, and there's apps which we're going to look at in a second. And then we have a library. Right now my library is empty, but in that library you will have any purchases, rentals, watch listed content that you have across your TV, mobile, and the web. That would be here. So let me just go back here. This is what I want to show you. Here are the apps. So there's a number of, because streaming is huge now, and there's a ton of streaming apps on here, and that's why I love TVs with Google OS, because with Google OS you have access to the Google Play Store. So chances are, if you have a local TV provider that provides streaming services, and they have an app that runs on Android, you might most probably find it here. And me personally, I'm here in Canada, and I am subscribed to a local telecommunications company here, and they have TV, and they do also have streaming services. And I found that app on the Google Play Store. So all I did is go down here, and I searched for, in my case, it was Bell Fibe. So I just searched for, let's see, B. So in your wherever you are, you will have maybe a different provider that has different streaming services, but they usually have a Bell Fibe app that you can run on any Android device. So Android tablet, Android smartphone, and in this case, Android television. So if I search for Bell Fibe here in Canada,
results for Bell Fibe,
and there it is, Bell Fibe right there in the top left-hand corner. So with that, I install it on my TV, I log in with my account, I normally would on my tablet or my smartphone, and I have instant access to television. And let me just click on it because I already did pre-install it. And if I open, this is my experience. It will be different for you on this TV. But here's my service that I normally have on any of my other devices, right? Which is cool. So, you know, keep in mind when you're looking for a budget TV, for me, the things I look for, if it's at least 1080p, right? And especially for a budget TV, I know normally the standard now is 4K, but for something like this, and trust me, you're gonna find cheap TVs out there. And one of the reasons I think they're ultra cheap is because the OS is very proprietary. I won't mention any, you can work it out yourself. But my rule of thumb is, hey, if you can get a Google powered TV, you cannot go wrong, right? When it comes to the apps and the streaming apps that you can get through their Google Play Store. So this is my experience. I can just go on my guide here, and here's everything right now, and I can just watch TV, right? But for copyright purposes, I won't press anything, but you get the picture, right? So I'm just gonna go back here, get back out, and let's go back to the home page of the actual television. So I just press the home button, just FYI, you remember, press the home button on here to get back to the home page. So it's intuitive, and these are the apps that come pre-installed. This was the default setting. I didn't modify these, so it came with Netflix, YouTube, all the popular ones, Prime Video, Crave, and we have our TCL TV Plus there. There's Apple TV, Tubi, and you can see for yourself. All these are pre-installed. You can reorder them. You can change them around. I'm actually going to move this one because I'm using that a lot. Let's move that to the front. And obviously you saw how I searched for this app. So obviously if you have apps that you're searching you want to find, you can actually find them in the store, and you can add them to this list here. And you can search for apps and games, and then there's different app categories, right? And it's all right here. It's all right here. Entertainment apps, music apps, news, you know, sports. There's so many different apps you can get access to. And of course, there are games on here as well. Let me just look at one of them. Turbo Driving Racing 3D. I'm just curious to see how well what this looks like. Yeah, let's install it. I have some time. And you can install this game now, but it won't be playable without a gamepad. So I'm going to just cancel for now. And one of the things I'm going to mention as well, this TV does support Bluetooth. So you can connect a gamepad to this TV, and you can play these games that come with the TV. Now, speaking of games, I'm going to do a demo of this playing on my... I have a PS3 here, so I'm just going to hook that up. Speaking of that, before I do that, I'm just going to mention this TV does... It's only 60 hertz refresh rate, but when you see some of the games on here, I mean, to the naked eye, you don't really notice any blur or difference. Others might, but honestly, this TV is not bad for gaming, surprisingly. And you know what? I'll let you be the judge of it. Let me play 1 or 2 games here, and you be the judge for yourself. So as you can tell, the sound is not bad. It's run by two 10-watt speakers that come in the TV itself. So not bad sound quality for a small TV. But keep in mind you can connect this to an external surround sound system through that optical data port, the optical port in the back, right? Optical audio output.
Two, one, and out.
1942. Okay, boss mode. So that was a couple of games on the PS3. So as you can see, the sound's pretty good. The graphics are incredible, and although the refresh rate is 60 hertz, it's pretty good for again cheap 32-inch TV from TCL. So last thing I'm gonna look at, I'm just gonna run a demo of just some 1080p video footage, just to give you an idea of the video quality on this thing, and yeah, just let you know my final thoughts. So guys, this is the review of the 32-inch TCL Q3K TV. This TV retails for under $200 in both the US and Canada. And honestly, for the price, you're getting a lot packed into this little and light bundle. You're talking about, a couple of 10-watt speakers in there. You have full HD, so 1080p. Normally you get a lot of TVs or budget TVs in this category only at 720p, but TCL is giving you 1080p of resolution, and on top of that you're getting the Google OS, right? So TV normally of this size with Google OS and 1080p usually retails for way above $200. So to get that under that $200 price point is kudos to TCL. And even though the refresh rate is a mere 60 hertz, as you can see from some PlayStation 3 gaming there, you can't really tell the difference. I didn't play any very, very fast-paced games, but the games were pretty fast-paced nonetheless. Anyway, and so to the naked eye, I didn't really notice any blur or bleeding or anything like that. Again, it can handle gaming, I think, like some light gaming at least. So all in all, if you're looking for a TV in this category, I would strongly recommend TCL. They have come a long way over the last couple of years. Their quality is amazing, and just the build quality alone of just the remote, right? It's very nicely done, simple design, very good quality, and the TV itself with the thin bezels, and the way the logo is nice and small, not in your face. And at the end of the day, you don't even get the feeling that this has a cheap build to it, right? And the fact that it's ultra light is ideal for you could technically take this with you to the cottage or whatever if you didn't have a TV up there and hook it up. And wall mounting this thing would be dead simple because again it's very light, as you can see, as you saw it in the review earlier. So all in all, I give it 4.5 out of 5. The only reason I wouldn't give it full 5 is the fact that I'm a little funny when it comes to refresh rate. I like a 120 hertz, a little higher, because I like gaming. But this is a great general purpose TV anyway, right? So with that, guys, stay safe and happy gaming. Bye bye. So I hope you enjoyed that last video. Now, if you liked this video and you liked it, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you subscribe to my channel, I'm appreciative of that as well. So thank you very much. So listen, there's going to be a lot more content coming out this year and beyond. I plan to be doing quite a few different types of reviews. And I'm also starting to do giveaways now, finally. So that being said, happy gaming and stay safe. Bye bye.